In the name of Allah, the One Beneficent, the Merciful. Hello everybody, how are you doing? We'll be doing great by the mercy and grace of Almighty Allah. My name's NA Saqib. I'm an IELTS and spoken English trainer and student visa consultant. Been training the students and professionals for the last 20 years at the platform of Genius Institute, Lahore. Dear friends, in today's lecture, I'm going to introduce you with super tips for line graphs, or how to write a line graph of IELTS Writing Task 1. So in this lecture, we will be learning about how to describe a line graph for IELTS Writing Task 1. And to begin with, line graphs are common, very common in IELTS Writing Task 1, along with bar charts, tables, maps, diagrams, and pie charts. So you can see them frequently in your IELTS examination for the writing. My dear friends, my guidelines in this lecture will help you structure your line graphs answer and focus on the right aspects for a high band score. So I'm going to give you my analysis step by step. Number one, have a clear introduction. So include the information from the two axes, x-axis and y-axis, and the names of the categories. A comprehensive introduction statement can be given by just paraphrasing the question summary statement. You know that a question summary statement is always tagged along with the visual information, so it's important to paraphrase it and make it your introduction. Secondly, put all main trends in an overview statement. This should be contained in one paragraph. Overview statement is extremely important, as the introductory statement is important. Similarly, overview statement is extraordinarily important. Make sure you include the main or the major increases or decreases of the trends shown without using data at this stage. You can use a range of vocabulary and do not make spelling mistakes. This is important in all parts of in our tasks of writing module. So use different and variety of verbs, nouns, adjectives, and adverbs, and vary your time phrases. In later part of the lecture, I'll introduce the much needed vocabulary for line graphs. Especially don't always describe from dash 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 to dash 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 for the amounts. So this seems very superficial. Sometimes you can give the difference it increased by double in 10 years. So this is a special expression. This can also be used. It will increase your band scores. Put numbers and percentages to support your sentences and the body paragraph. And, the facts and figures can be added, or rather should be added with the body paragraphs, or rather in the body paragraphs. Failure to do that will result in low band scores. And this is something what you can't afford. The next point is organize your body paragraphs logically, so it is easy for the examiner to read. Moreover, my suggestion is leave an empty line between paragraphs to make them easier to see, whether you are appearing in paper-based test or a computer-based test. Dropping one line or missing one line or leaving one line empty will make it clearer to the examiner, and he will be able to read whatever you write down easily. This is not a rule, but it is my humble request, or rather a strong recommendation. If the line graph contains many lines and a lot of movement, be selective. You are being marked on your ability to select key features. So don't spend more than 20 minutes on task 1. You need 40 minutes in task 2. This is a longer activity in task 2. Write more than 150 words, and I keep repeating. Aim for about 170 or 180 words. This is the ideal word limit. And don't write under the word count as well. So otherwise you will be penalized and your important marks maybe are deducted. So follow well-written model answers, and it's going to be in my next lecture actually. I will give you a super model answer which you can follow, and it will also increase your band scores. I will try my level best to give you a 9 band score model answer. Now, there are some important words or some vocabulary which should be used for line graphs. So this is a peculiar line graph vocabulary. For example, if there is a upward movement or upward trend, you can use rise as a verb and arise as a noun. Increase and increase. Now I will give you the verb first and then the noun. Increase and increase. Climb, a climb. Grow, growth. Go up. Or you can also use a very nice high band vocabulary word, and that is rocket as a verb. Now, for the downward trends, you can choose first, I will give you the verbs and then the nouns. Decrease, a decrease. Drop, a drop. Fall, a fall. Decline, a decline. And plummet. This can also be used for showing fall. Now, some other vocabulary can also be used here. For example, for showing fluctuation, you can use fluctuate as a verb and fluctuation as a noun. Dip, a dip. Remain steady, remain stable, remain unchanged, level off, peak at. Similarly, reach a peak of, hit a high of, hit a low of, bottom out, and remain plateau. So these are really important words which should be used in writing or describing your line graphs. Now, some useful adverbs and adjectives which can also be used here in this type of description. For example, adverbs would be steadily, gradually, sharply, rapidly, steeply, slightly, dramatically, significantly, considerably. And adjectives like steady, gradual, sharp, rapid, steep, slight, dramatic, significant, and considerable. I'm going to use these words in a couple of sentences. For example, just for an example, the number of cases of corona increased steadily from 5% to 15% in the first 3 months. There was a steady rise in the percentage of corona cases deaths from 1% to 10% in the first 2 quarters of 2020 all over the world. Now, there's some time expression. They can also be used. For example, IELTS line graphs show change over a period of time. So some time expressions like over the next 10 years, 3 years later, in the following 5 years, the next 10 years show over the period from dash 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 to dash dash dash, between dash 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 and dash dash dash, the first year, the last year, the final year, at the beginning of the period, at the end of the period. Now, I'm going to give you some summary of tips of line graphs, 3 important tips, rather 4. So the number 1 is paraphrase the line graph information for your introduction. 2, And overview, in overview, put main trends and any other key features in an overall statement. Number 3, make sure each body paragraph sentence has numbers and dates to support it. And number 4, the last, your report must use linkers and complex sentences with high band scores vocabulary for acquiring high band scores, of course. Good luck, my dear friends. Thank you very much indeed. I'll see you shortly with another uploaded video. It will probably be about the line graph supermodel answer. Stay connected. God bless you all. Take care and stay blessed.